I promise you have never seen some of these things in your entire life. Today is gonna be the first time you actually ever see these things. Same goes with me. Smash the like button if you guys are excited to learn. I love learning. School, fun, yeah, woo.
The worm lizard.
Oh my God.
So bizarre, no one could figure out
Yo.
whether it belonged to the worm
Yo,
family or the
hey, yo. Tell me this is not real, please. I thought I'd seen it all. I guess I haven't seen it all because I haven't seen a worm with arms and a face and eyes. Oh my God,
so it
bro.
ended up being named after both instead.
That's
With a
so
body
creepy.
Like an earthworm crossed with a mole, it kind of looks like a Pepto-Bismol.
How big is that thing?
Buddy with tiny drawn-on eyes.
Nah. The day I see that in person is the day. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something. It's gonna be crazy. Why does this thing remind me of friggin' Rufus from Kim Possible? This is a naked mole rat face ad.
These mysterious creatures are scientifically known as amphisbaenians.
Oh yeah,
after the Greek
amphisbaenians.
serpent Amphisbaenia.
Oh yeah, amphisbaenia. I know that.
The worm lizard might not have two heads, but that doesn't make it any
Where
less
is
rare.
that?
These so-called lizards are usually completely legless, but some species,
Ay, ay,
like the
ay.
Mexican vipes, have bizarre stuff.
Oh yeah, the Mexican vipes. Classic species with eyes, fingers, and claws. Those are not nails. Those are claws. And they're not just regular claws, they're clear. He has a nose. Holy shit, bro. Imagine waking up. If this was in my bed, bro, I'm selling my house. I might even sell my house on fire, low key.
Believe it or not, worm lizards are actually meat eaters, and despite their goofy appearance,
I mean,
they're actually pretty efficient when it comes to filling.
Just when it gets worse, they eat meat. They literally eat humans. They eat humans. Look at that thing.
Underground, where it cleverly evades predators like birds and snakes, while also taking advantage of untapped resources.
Why would it
like
evade
termites,
snakes, bro?
ants, and
It
other
is a snake.
invertebrates that surface-dwelling lizards can't reach. In their study, published in the journal Biomaterials, they revealed how they successfully replicated working human heart muscle.
What? Did you guys just hear what I heard? These scientists are replicating human heart muscles. There's no way, bro. I'm like, I thought I knew a lot of random shit, bro. I guess I don't know enough random shit because this. Smash the like button if you're learning right now, because I don't know.
Using spinach. Although scientists have
using
created
spinach, of course.
large-scale human tissue in a lab using methods like 3D printing, the main limiting factor was the lack of a vascular network of small,
Bro.
delicate blood.
I need to pause. Who thinks of that? You know that stuff that we use for like healthy salads, like spinach, right? Yeah. Let's just replicate human hearts with it. Save a billion people. Make people last forever. Never die. And I also want to now invent something where we can use Apple AirPods Max to bungee jump off the moon. I have no idea.
Blood vessels. And that's where these leafy greens come in. If you turn a
Nice.
spinach leaf upside down, you'll see the branching network of thin veins that deliver water and nutrients.
I never
to
thought
the
about that,
cells
low key.
underneath. By modifying a spinach leaf in the lab to remove its cells and
Oh my God.
behind the cellulose frame, scientists
Oh
have
my
used
God.
plant veins to replicate the way blood moves through
Forget the human, I mean, don't forget the human heart, but I've never seen a clear spinach leaf. I'm impressed by the clear spinach leaf, bro.
tissue. The team then bathed the plant frame in live
Oh
human
my
cells,
God.
which grew on the spinach scaffolding and surrounded the tiny veins, basically
That's
turning
wild.
it into a mini heart. They hope this research will eventually
Bro, that's crazy. That's literally crazy. It makes, I mean, it's winter here right now, so all the leaves are off the trees, but all the leaves are off the trees, bro. I didn't rap, I don't even have to try, bro. It's crazy. But the second summer hits here, or the second I go back to LA, I'm ripping off a leaf and making a human heart with it.
allow them to replace damaged tissue in patients who have suffered heart attacks or other cardiac issues. Popeye would be so proud.
Yeah, Popeye's
This is
aged.
really giving you some food for thought, huh? Speaking of thought,
Food for thought. Genius.
have you ever wondered what they actually look like? Check it out. What you're seeing
Oh my
here
God.
is a time lapse showing how fetal neurons make connections.
Oh my God.
These are specialist nerve cells,
Bro, that's what our brain looks like when we think. Literally, when we think of anything, that's what our brain looks like.
which are crucial in wiring of the brain during early stages of development. Neurons are the basic working unit of the brain designed to transmit information to other nerve cells, muscles, and gland cells. The cell's body contains a bright spot, the nucleus,
That's
and
insane.
an axon, which extends from the cell body, giving rise to many smaller branches.
You can literally see your thoughts in your brain. It's 2021 now. 2022, we are literally, people are going to be living on the moon. So It's just insane to think about how far science has come in just like my time on this earth, bro. Like what? Technology, science, bro, tech. We started at literally not iPhones. Now there's iPhones. A lot of you guys watching this probably started at the iPhone 12. I don't know. You might be one. I don't know.
Dendrites also extend from the neuron and receive messages from other neurons. These are covered with synapses formed by the ends of axons from other neurons.
What?
They are the contact points you see where one neuron communicates with another.
I mean, you lost me at neuron.
Receive or send messages.
Oh my God.
Transmit electrical impulses along their axons, which can range in length from a tiny...
Yeah, I'm gonna skip this. It just got way too complicated for me.
Get back to it, shall we? Recuperating from surgery can be a tiresome process.
Facts.
What if the whole thing could take place without interrupting your daily life?
What?
Picture this. Instead of going under the knife, you're handed a pill which, once swallowed, melts thanks to your natural body temperature to release a tiny robot within. Once in...
Huh? What? What? They said no, we don't care about surgery. Like, we're just gonna give you a pill, you swallow it. It's gonna release a robot inside of your body, and we're gonna solve everything. Well, you can just play some sports, bro. Do whatever you want. Game doesn't matter, because we're solving it inside. We are literally, this is real life Osmosis Jones shit, bro.
Inside, the robot will take on whichever role is necessary to complete the surgery before dissolving seamlessly and exiting your system.
And then it just
Sounds like
dissolves, and
something
then
out
you
of a
just
sci-fi
dookie it
novel,
out?
right?
What?
This is just one of the goals of the research team at Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Okay,
who dreamed up the one-of-a-kind origami robot. After joining forces with the Tokyo Institute of Technology.
No. How does that fix broken legs though? Is this just like internal like diseases or whatever? I'm just failing to realize how that, I mean, it's cool, but how is that going to solve broken legs? I don't know.
They realized that for a robot to be small enough to be swallowed, it would have to be flat. The solution was to design it using the traditional art of origami.
It's literally an origami.
Eventually, researchers arrived at a rectangular, multi-folded robot that can be shape-shift with the application of heat and be controlled by magnets to walk, roll, sail, and glide.
That's so crazy.
This micro-robot could be the answer to a whole host of future problems.
That's insane. Look, the pill looks disgusting though. That's insane though.
Believe it or not, lobsters are some of the most bizarre creatures on Earth. They taste with their legs, chew with their stomachs, and pee in each other's faces to communicate.
Oh, I thought that was humans. I mean, I guess it must just be me. You guys don't pee in each other's faces to communicate and eat with your legs? Okay, no, don't worry about it.
Did you know that they have the power of regeneration too? Looks a bit like me trying to get out of my jeans after Christmas dinner. Unlike other animals that are...
Did this guy just pull off his whole body? What?
They didn't have skin like us. Lobsters have hard exoskeletons in the form of shells, which they shed multiple times throughout their lives.
Okay, yeah, I was just shedding. That just looked crazy though.
Formed underneath, and nutrients from the old shell are drawn back into the body before it splits.
Oh my
God. They
God.
begin this process as soon as they hatch, and by the time they reach adulthood, the average lobster has already shed its shell
looks like a shrimp
25 times.
25 times shedding. That's a lot of shedding. It's more than a cat shedding its hair. What other things shedding that shed a lot? I don't know, trees, shit like that.
Best of all, every time a lobster molts, it has the chance to regenerate its body, which means if it has lost any legs or claws in the past, it can now regrow them, Doctor Who style.
If scientists are looking at spinach for human hearts, bro, we need scientists to be looking at lobsters. Bro, we could literally become human versions of friggin' Wolverine. We could be Deadpool. Regenerate human arms, legs, sight. Scientists look into lobsters, and I'll take 2% of when you figure it out. I'll 2%. That's all. Just give me 2%.
If there's one thing humans could learn from hardworking honeybees, it's their incredible dedication to teamwork. The entire colony will work together to gather as much pollen and nectar in the least amount of time possible, and they have a special trick up their sleeve to speed up the process.
Well, I can't.
The waggle dance.
Yeah, you thought I didn't see anything? This is the first time I saw this. I knew this because I had a wasp nest outside of my backyard, and bro, the amount of research I did on bees and wasps, I know everything. I know about the queens. I know about the waggle dance. So I do know this, but a lot of you guys probably just learned this, but smash the like button if you're learning, you know, they love learning.
This fuzzy fella isn't just dancing for the fun of it. He's actually communicating the exact location of some sweet, sweet nectar. When a foraging...
Imagine humans were like that. Yo, we found a nice food spot. Just start twerking.
The others. Bees possess a finely tuned internal clock which allows them to constantly estimate the position of the sun in the sky. They use this as a reference point when feeding information back to the hive.
These are low-key genius.
The waggle dance consists of a figure 8 shape which communicates 2 key.
He's doing a figure 8? Is he doing a figure 8 or is he doing the WAP dance? I need to know this.
Freak weather can be frightening, but residents of Montemorelos in Mexico witnessed something extra freaky in May 2020 when the city was hit by a sudden storm of what locals described as coronavirus hail.
What?
Forget hailstones the size of tennis balls. These ice chunks had a far more sinister design with big crown-like spikes that closely resembled the makeup of the novel coronavirus.
No. This is literally coronavirus hail. I mean, I think it just looks like it, but not going near that. I don't even know what I would do. I would never leave outside again. I'm staying in my house I'm just never leaving.
Locals branded the event a sign from the Almighty to stay
That's pretty
home.
cool, but that's kind of nasty.
There's got to be another explanation, right? According to meteorologist Jose Miguel Viñas, the peculiar shape is actually a pretty frequent occurrence in storms of magnitude. Inside a hailstorm, the hailstone will start off.
I mean, we've had a lot of hail in Ottawa, and I have never seen something like that.
Many of them fuse, squashing each other, forming spikes of ice.
It's like hail smashing into each other and colliding and becoming one. It thinks it's Dragon Ball Z doing some fusion shit, bro.
Have you ever wondered what dreadlocks would look like if you grew them for 40 years without ever cutting them?
40-year-old dreadlocks.
For his awe-inspiring.
He's literally Jamaican Rapunzel.
Was shared with the world by a man named Andre Chen, aka Chino Lynx, who went to Jamaica to visit his family.
Hey, yo,
met the man who was his uncle's friend. For Rust,
imagine washing that. I mean, he probably doesn't wash them much because they're dreads, but I had dreads for a bit, bro. They're a lot to take care of. 40-year-old dreads? There has to be some split ends.
Safarians, growing dreadlocks is seen as a
Christ, bro, that looks heavy.
It is said in the Bible that thou shalt not make baldness on thy head. This kick-ass dude has been growing his dreads since he was 15.
I mean,
and it takes.
You don't need baldness to not have them be that long. You can cut them a little bit.
March 2020, the people living in a small village near Medina in the northern region of Emilia-Romagna, Italy, must have thought they'd unwillingly stepped into the Bible when this happened. At first, residents probably suspected that there was some sort of sewage malfunction. But as their faucets continued to flow pink, they could hardly mistake the sweet aroma of the locally produced Lambrusco Gasparilla wine.
What?
Unfortunately, this housewife's dream wasn't caused by a miracle, but by a technical fault in one of the silos at the nearby Sedicani wine.
Yo, whose job was that? You had one job, just make sure water is coming from the sink. And you switched the switch to be the wrong way so that wine is now coming out of everyone's sink. What if some kids thought it was water because it came out of the sink? Like, I can't even trust my sink anymore? Oh my God.
Sure, what a great sense of humor you have. Why not switch things up and visit the Museum of Bad Art instead?
What?
If you're wondering what's inside, the clue is in the name.
This is the only museum that I could have my drawings in. Not that I have like any drawings like that, but bro, your boy cannot draw.
Sound like a joke, but this museum actually exists in the form of 3 branches in Somerville.
This art's not even that bad. This is kind of sick art. What?
The MOBA was first established in 1994.
If this is bad art, bro.
Dealer Scott Wilson
I have horrible art.
Showed a painting he had recovered from the trash to some friends who suggested starting a collection. Nowadays, the museum houses a collection of some 800 pieces created by artists whose work could never be appreciated anywhere else. Don't go thinking you...
So it's just like, okay, what is that? What is that? What is that? What's going on here?
If there's one thing you're unlikely to ever see while you're still alive, it's your own organs.
I mean, yeah, probably. I would hope so. I don't want to see my own organs.
So we all know by now that a heart isn't actually heart-shaped, but have you ever seen a ghost heart before?
What?
No, this heart hasn't been dyed white or filled with milk.
Oh my God.
It's what your heart would look like without any blood cells, which leaves only the connective tissue behind.
Your heart's not red. That's shocking, low-key. I mean, it makes sense, but like, you don't really think about that. When you take the blood out of your heart, it's literally like a clear little baggie. That's weird. That's weird.
The process is called decellularization. Oh my God. And refers to the way organs for potential transplants could be stripped of the donor's cells to reduce the chance of the recipient's body rejecting it. Researchers at the Texas Heart Institute created this heart by stripping all the living cells from a pig heart with a special detergent solution, which bursts the cells and leaves only the protein structure behind that could act as a successful scaffold for transplant surgeries.
Okay, I'm literally like, this is too much to take in at once, bro.
When you stumble upon one of these,
what is that?
Think the global alien invasion.
What is that?
Arrived, but you'd be way off.
Oh my God! Why is it struggling to get out?
Writhing around inside this strange amber pod is actually just an unhatched baby shark.
Oh my God! That's an unhatched shark. What?
Named cuter or just even scarier.
That's scary as hell.
Fish and other oviparous animals like birds and most reptiles. Most sharks like white-spotted bamboo sharks, epaulette sharks, and zebra sharks hatch from eggs. This unusual egg casing contains many of the vital amenities that support life.
Bro, that is the weirdest egg casing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like...
sac also provides nutrients for the mini shark until it is ready to emerge.
Oh my
God. Wriggling actually helps stimulate the flow of oxygen between the egg and the surrounding water, which allows the babies to breathe as they grow. Have you ever laid eyes on a pregnant chameleon before? Although many lizards...
I mean, no. No, I have not laid eyes on a pregnant chameleon. I have not. I feel like most people haven't.
Lay eggs. Some species of chameleon, like the Jackson's chameleon pictured here, differ greatly because they have live births instead.
What?
These species give birth to between 8 to 30 young at one time after a gestation period of 4 to 6 months.
What?
Although the young are born live instead of in an egg, that doesn't mean they didn't begin life as one. In fact, these attentive mothers...
aren't we born live? I mean, humans are born live, not in eggs.
Incubate the eggs, minus a shell, inside of her body instead of laying them in a nest. No matter what species, chameleons become mature at 1 to 2
those horns
years
are
old.
wild.
That is, except for the Madagascan chameleon, which is the vertebrate with the world's shortest lifespan. Their eggs hatch in November, the young become adults in January, and lay eggs in February, and then the entire adult population dies after a 3-month lifespan.
What? Let's talk about ants. Let's talk about all these insects that have shorter lifespans, but for literally a chameleon, full adult in 3 months. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Life is short. Appreciate life, guys. That's scary.
They're here for a good time. Not a long time, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, guys. Smash the like button if there was a bunch of stuff that you learned for the first time today. I think I've literally everything except one I learned for the first time today. There's a bunch more crazy videos like this, so smash the like button if you are enjoying these reactions and you want me to do more of them. I will get them done. It's been your boy Wolfie on Wolfie Games. I love you guys so much. Peace.